We are talking about 2024's newest animated movies that are coming out, and I'm gonna give you a guide and a tier list of which ones you should be excited about, which ones are really good, which ones are gonna be okay, and which ones we should absolutely fucking boycott because they are gonna be garbage, trash fires. Don't go to this movie. It's gonna be a list. Let's see if the thing that you're excited about is going to be on this list, how I'm going to judge it, if you should be mad about how I judge it, or if you should just be mad at the overall state of film.
You're not mad?
No, I'm not mad.
I mean, nobody should be that mad. We all have better things to do than be mad. Except you don't, because here you are. Hi, let's get into it. I'm going to take 20 movies, most of which have trailers, some of which only have had some announcement information that are going to be coming out in 2024. S tier is must-see in theaters, or wherever it comes out. Some of these are on streaming services, so, you know, see opening day. A tier is it seems really interesting. I'm probably going to watch it at some point, but maybe not immediately when it comes out. I'm a busy person and time is valuable. We're all gonna die one day. B tier is kind of going to be like a special tier, which isn't necessarily just being ranked from 1 to 5. It looks interesting. It looks like there is going to be an audience of people that like it. It just might not be me. C tier seems pretty lame, seems kind of boring. I'll probably wait until there are some reviews about it that might change my mind and make me want to see it. D tier looks pretty awful. Might not watch it at all. And F tier, boycott this movie. Get rid of it. Send a statement to the people who made this that we never want anything like this to be made again. Does that sound dramatic?
Yeah!
Might be dramatic. Yeah. There are things on that list though, so let's get into it and find out if there's anything you're excited about to see. Keep watching, see if maybe the thing that you're excited about is gonna, I'll praise it or I'll hate it, and you can let me know your emotions in the comments. And I will be talking about anticipated animated shows that are going to be coming out as well, so make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss that video, and while you're at it, make sure to hit the like button, because like buttons actually really help. If you even watch half of the video, you're pretty much obligated morally to like it now. Unless you're watching it for like school, for research, which would be pretty weird. Today, we're studying crappy reactors trying to do other content because they're tired of reacting. Okay, I've done enough silly little bits. Let's talk about some films. Let's kick off with one that, oh god, I wish wasn't going to be a running trend in this list today. Sequels!
No! God, please, no!
The first thing I'm ranking is Despicable Me 4.
No! We have a new villain. Don't be afraid. This is our new weapon.
Stop making sequels.
No matter how many times I fail, I always bounce back stronger.
This movie looks so bad, they didn't even bother to match the words to what the guy was saying in it.
The trailer for Despicable Me 4 starts right now.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna get screaming, the annoying little yellow Tic Tacs, toilet jokes. There's such little plot to this that they didn't even explain it. I don't even know what this movie's about based on that trailer. And honestly, I think they know that if you're watching Despicable Me 4, you probably don't even care what the movie's about. You're probably just there to take your kids to see something stupid so that they can annoy you as a parent for the next 3 months. How did these get popular? I somehow doubt that. I feel like if I did see this movie, I would probably be able to count the laughs, maybe on one hand even. Then again, this movie does look like it is marketed for people who can't count to 5. And just to kick it off to a hot start, yes, we are throwing this in F tier, for God's sakes. We do not want our pop culture icons to be like this. There are problems with some of our pop cultural icons, but god damn it, if we're gonna have characters in the Macy's Day Parade for a recent example, can we have them be at least like Luffy from One Piece? Pikachu. These at least are charming. Why are we having toilet gremlins as one of them? Like, is that where we're at? Okay, America, yeah, that is where we're at, but we don't want to be there, so don't see this movie, please! And if you think that's the only one that's gonna make it into F tier, no. I created F tier when I saw a different movie that's going to be on here, but we'll get to that. Before that, I actually want to talk about a movie that looks like it could be kinda good, even though it is based on an existing IP. Which almost all of these are, so I'm gonna stop bringing that up. The next one on this list is The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. I don't have a trailer yet, but we do have a little bit of sneak peek info, so let's take a quick look.
Gotta make sure the gutters are fully functional and free of sludge. Daffy, I said no cracks.
Yeah, boy.
Here's to passing this inspection and living another year just the way we like it.
So it seems pretty basic. Daffy and Porky Pig are just trying to clean up their residence for an inspection. Something I did recently. Relatable comedy. The jokes honestly were pretty lame. The fact that this seems to be the premise that is creating this cool alien figure, and The Day the Earth Blew Up is actually a play on The Day the Earth Stood Still, which is a really, really good classic science fiction movie. Because of that, I have a little bit of faith. Looney Tunes definitely is hit or miss for me. Sometimes they have some stuff that's really funny, whether it's the classics, whether it's some newer TV shows. Sometimes it has some stuff that's kinda lame. Yes, I'm looking at you, Space Jam. This is technically the first fully 2D animated Looney Tunes movie, and for that reason, I'm gonna at least give it a B, because I feel like this does have an audience. If you're a Looney Tunes fan, if you're a fan of animation, if this is the kind of thing that you'd want to check out, it's probably gonna be at least interesting to see for those reasons. Whether it's actually funny, time will tell. Whether it's actually entertaining for a broader audience, who knows. I feel like it's worth at least a B tier. For this next one, I'm gonna do a movie that you probably haven't heard about, The Dragon Keeper. In ancient China, after a clash with the humans, dragons are banished from the kingdom. Many years later, innocent and freedom-yearning orphan Ping is looking after the last two dragons when she discovers that one has sadly died. As palace guards arrive, the remaining dragon, Danzi, disappears before Ping has the opportunity to explain what happened. Danzi and Ping escape from the palace together and must return the dragon egg to the ocean to save all dragons from extinction. I'm throwing this an A tier even though we don't have that much. The concept seems really strong. I love anything that could give like a potentially environment pro story without it sounding really preachy. I would absolutely go see it just based on this premise and these images alone. Maybe, just maybe, they can make Raya the Last Dragon a better movie.
Excuse me?
But that sounded too interesting and new. Let's look at something that's gonna be shitty. I am referring to the Garfield movie. Another one. Oh, this actually looks kind of sweet. Oh, this has an emotional tone to it. Sure, it's got that same annoying soft pillow CG animation that they used in the Dr. Seuss films and the Troll movies, but it looks kind of interesting.
Oh. Hi there, little buddy.
It looks kind of heartfelt. Nay, has emotion? Wow. You're gonna ruin it with a shitty eating joke, aren't you? Of course.
And that's how I adopted John.
Let me guess. Hip young rap music?
Okay, now have you ever been with a player?
Yep. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Odie, you think he'd see that coming?
I don't hate Garfield like I hate some of these IPs for just existing at this point and not just going to bed. But this looks like a bad movie. I'm not gonna say it's worth boycotting, I'm just gonna say it looks really bad. I'm putting it in D tier. I can't say I don't get it. Sometimes you just gotta take your kid to a movie. This is a movie. If you have kids that you don't want to have grow up with brain cells, sure, take them to see this instead of, oh hey, a movie that you could take your kid to if you want them to grow up with brain cells. Of course it's anime, because Americans aren't capable of raising kids with brain cells. This is Doraemon, Nobita's Earth Symphony. In this musically themed outing, Doraemon and friends go on an adventure to meet new friends, connect with people through music, and save the world from a major disaster. You know, I will say the first few things didn't really feel like the last one was coming. But you know what? It gives you a good story. Now, Doraemon is definitely for kids, like little kids. And though I actually have seen some of the animated show, because there are some episodes that are really interesting, and some scenes that are kind of trippy that I really even got into. Obviously, it's not really my thing. I probably won't go out of my way to see it, because it's probably more for kids. But in all honesty, it looks gorgeous. They're working music into it, which is a fantastic thing that you can do in an animated film. And my god, would I recommend it so far and beyond over things like Garfield for you to show your kids. I'm gonna put it in B tier because it's not my thing, and even though I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for the kind of audience that I am, and that maybe a lot of our channel is, but I will say at least for kids, it looks like an S tier choice. So I'm putting it for my B tier, but if you have kids, you might really want to consider watching this. The next one I want to talk about is The Giants of La Mancha.
In a place of La Mancha, there's a small village that is on the verge of desolation.
Alfonso, an 11-year-old boy heir to Don Quixote. Wow, I've never seen Don Quixote in an animated project. I'm sure that they've shown up, but I haven't seen them. Okay, I'm hearing it out. And his 3 imaginary friends try to save their beloved town La Mancha from a huge storm. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. It does look like a pretty kids movie again, which isn't gonna get my theater ticket personally, but it looks like it's actually playing with some interesting themes and has some interesting designs. Animation could be good, could be a little flat at times. It looks like something that has a lot of imagination and creativity, and it's pretty fresh, so for that reason, B tier sounds good enough for me. This next one, well, this is the image that we have for it. It's called Fixed. So I'm not sure where to stand on this one. The story follows this canine hero bull who realizes that he's going to be neutered the next morning, so his friends treat him to one last day of fun before his operation. This could be one of the funniest animated films I've ever seen, or it could be dog shit. I'm guessing it's gonna be the latter, but hey, there's a few good people working on it. I'm gonna throw it in C tier because my expectations are low, but sometimes when your expectations are low, that's when they really hit you with something good. I feel like I haven't given anything extremely standout for you to go watch yet, so let me show you one of my first absolute, complete, wholehearted recommended films for the next year. This is called The Imaginary.
残念だが君は誰からも見えない。声も聞こえない。君たちイマジナリーは
This looks so sick. Based on A.F. Harold's novel about a young girl named Amanda who's coping with emotional loss in a world of imaginary characters who are doomed to be destroyed when they're forgotten. This brilliantly animated film is something that I absolutely must see. It is going to be coming out December 15th in Japan, but we're not sure when it's going to come out yet for US audiences. I'm really hoping it comes to theaters, because if it does, I'm absolutely going to see it.
決めるのはお前だ。
This looks awesome. Imaginary world, imaginary friends. I'm all about stuff like this. The animation looks gorgeous. It's such a great concept. Looks really interesting. I'd be surprised if it's not good, which is why I'm giving it an S tier, but I at least need to see to find out. I have a transition for this one. More superhero stuff.
And we all know how this turned out.
This is Justice League: Crisis on Infinite Earths, Part 1. Pretty presumptuous of you, DC.
Most of you are aware that you live in a reality parallel to many versions of your universe.
I don't really care about superhero stuff in general. I don't really care about the Marvel movies. I used to love superheroes. I'm not like anti-superhero by premise. And I will say, when it comes to DC, their animated products have tended to be pretty good. I love Teen Titans. I loved a lot of the Justice League cartoons growing up. Static Shock was really good. So it feels like whenever they have an animated product, they tend to try really hard. I will say this trailer did make it look pretty epic and pretty fun. Does it also look like it's just doing Avengers Endgame?
It's all vanishing.
Maybe, but I'm still gonna put it as A tier because it looks good enough that I actually wanted to see it.
Something major.
But let's talk about an animated film based on an award-winning children's book which I haven't heard of, called Orion in the Dark, the same title as the film.
I'm most afraid of the dark.
Ta-da!
What are you?
Isn't that obvious? The room's dark. It's dark out. Hello, I'm dark.
So I've talked about a couple kids movies on this list where I'm like, this looks good, but it still looks like a kids movie. This looks good, it looks like a kids movie, and it looks good enough that I would want to see it anyway.
Allow me to introduce the other night entities.
There's more?
We're fun. You're gonna love us.
You brought the screamer?
The kid who's afraid of everything?
The idea of a kid finding this, Rise of the Guardians collection of characters with tons of personality and really great designs, and then he's kind of working with them to overcome all of his fear and anxiety? Like, wow, that's a great idea! And it seems like this character of Darkness has a lot of personality.
Helping random children to boost your fragile self-esteem is not in our job description.
Whoa, That is insightfully harsh.
Like, I just got so much emotion from this little trailer. It made me want to watch the movie. This concept, these characters, this design, the animation, it all looks good enough that I probably want to see it. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm not gonna put it quite as far as S because sometimes trailers are good and the movies aren't. That does happen, but even still, I'm very interested in where this is going, and I'm definitely going to stream it when it comes out.
See how much better that is?
Next up, I'm going to talk about one animated movie that's probably going to be interesting for Christmas and another one that'll be interesting for Halloween. The better of the two holidays. The first is called That Christmas, which was worked on by DreamWorks veteran Simon Otto, who worked on How to Train Your Dragon. It's a holiday feature based on a book series by Richard Curtis and follows several entwined tales about love, loneliness, family, and friends, and Santa Claus making a big mistake. I'm putting this in C tier mostly because Christmas is really not my thing, and I feel like it's pretty common now that we're starting to get, this'll be your next favorite Christmas classic movies, and then they end up just not being good. I think Christmas movies in general are really hard to make good movies outside of just Christmas movies. But let's talk about something that might be better for a spookier time of year. Night of Zoopocalypse. This looks pretty dumb, to be honest. This family comedy follows a group of animals who become zombies after their zoo is hit by a meteor. It's not bad! It's interesting! I'm also gonna throw this in C tier because even though it seems like something that, if I was a kid, I would probably prefer watching this to a bunch of other movies that are doing similarly safe comedy but not really interesting. Again, they said it's a family comedy, and we all know that a family movie really means we don't take kids seriously as an audience, so we're going to make it extremely unintelligent. But regardless, might be good. Throwing it in C tier because we only have this one picture. There's potential. Now let's review an animated film that is going to prove that I'm not just a simp for all anime.
Nice.
Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom. So don't get me wrong, it doesn't look like spectacularly awful or anything like that. Cool imagery, but it's a basic space mech anime. Mobile Suit Gundam is a kind of franchise at this point for mech anime, if you haven't heard of it. I think there are a lot of really good mech anime out there, but I just don't care about this movie existing. I'm gonna say C tier because I doubt it's like horrendously awful. I'm sure it's fine. It's just kind of one of those things where once you have so many of a certain thing, I just can't care about it as much anymore. So we looked up at Despicable Me 4, which looks despicable. Let's look at the fourth sequel to another movie that actually looks kind of good. You might already know what I'm about to say. Kung Fu Panda 4.
Time is an illusion. There is only the now. A team of warriors.
Now, if you told me a movie called Kung Fu Panda was good, I'd say, okay, you probably don't have a good taste in film.
The only reason you're still alive is that I find your stupidity mildly amusing.
If you told me that the sequel, Kung Fu Panda 2, was good, I'd say, what the hell are you smoking? If you told me that Kung Fu Panda 3 was good and the first two were also really good, I would want whatever it was you were smoking. And goddammit, I might just be high, everyone, but this looks pretty awesome.
Paul, you must take the next step on the journey. I am ready.
Justice!
I don't know what it is about DreamWorks creating the best stuff out of things that you would never expect to be the best stuff. A story following Po facing a sinister, new, powerful adversary called the Chameleon, while also trying to find someone to replace him as the Dragon Warrior, sounds really awesome. There's so much exploration that could be done here, and Po's been such a shockingly well-developed character that I'm putting this in S tier. I don't care. I don't care. That's it. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. You don't have to watch this video.
Don't hit the dislike button even if you don't like it, because that really sucks for our growth as a channel, and you're actually going out of your way to hurt somebody who's just trying to talk about movies.
But I don't care. Now, before I go into the next movie, I just want to quickly go over two other ones that haven't gotten any trailers yet, but I want to give my thoughts on how they are just based on the premise. First one, Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. Looks like ass. I hate SpongeBob. I've hated SpongeBob forever.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And everybody who's a fan of SpongeBob who says, no, but season 1 and 2 were pretty good. Do you think that justifies how much SpongeBob there is in the world?
Nope.
This is a boycott immediately movie. We don't need more of this. Look, audience, you know what? No, I'm gonna finish this rant in a second. First, Lord of the Rings, The War of Ra-Harim. I don't know enough about Lord of the Rings to pronounce that correctly. This untold story behind Helm's Deep hundreds of years before the fateful war, telling the tale of blood-soaked times and it's whatever. It's about the King of Rohan. This one I'm putting in C tier just because I really don't know if this could be good or not. I'm going along the lines of I want new things. Stop throwing me old things. Stop trying to pretend like they're new things when you're just stamping a logo from an old canon. Just tell a new story. If the animation is good, this has potential to be good. Now on to the thing that I've been promising I would rant about. The fact that I'm even thinking about talking about this film on camera is bad for my health. I'm going to die earlier because I'm even thinking about this movie. This is Mufasa, the Lion King. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, but that's a live action movie. The backgrounds are live action. This is animated. That's why there was no emotion on the face of the lions in the first film.
What's that?
It's all animated.
Let me tell you something my father told me. Look at the stars. The great kings of the past.
Do not, I say do not let this trailer fool you. Oh, look at that still of the lion. Wow, that actually looks like a pretty well animated lion. Oh, whoa, listen to the music. This sounds like this story's gonna be really serious. If there's any movie that did not justify having a sequel, it was this piece of garbage.
Are you gonna stop me? No, I'm not. You disgust me.
Somehow, they think they can fool us by getting us to pay money to go to a theater viewing to see a second one.
One more time. Oh, no, I think we did I think we got this one. Yeah. But we're just getting in the groove. No, let's leave them wanting more.
No. No, 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 no. Disney, I know you know how to make a trailer.
Lie down before you hurt yourself.
You made a nice trailer. I'll give you that. But I'm not letting you fool me into watching this movie. I'm throwing this right in boycott. Disney has one of the highest animation budgets, has one of the highest budgets in any art form, and we get this.
Oh, the shame! Yes, he was ashamed! I thought of changing my name!
If we want new movies and we want big greedy companies to stop just creating schlock and stamping the old IPs on it, then we need to not even gratify this with attention. You saw this review, you saw me talk about it, you saw the trailer. Now completely evaporate it from your mind and pretend it doesn't exist so that Disney can realize this model is not gonna work anymore. Okay. The next movie can't be that bad. I'm sure it's not going to be an overdone scene.
You can't beat Sonic.
Oh my god!
The power that Shadow possesses is something we haven't seen before.
Who are you?
I am the one who is going to finish with the hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm just gonna say it right now, this movie looks okay. Yeah, as far as fan servicey movies go, it looks like this one is clearly going to be for Sonic audiences, because I'm recognizing a lot of references that are actually from the games. It doesn't actually look like it's gonna try that hard to appeal to all audiences. At least I hope not. So you know what? I'm gonna give it B tier. If you're a Sonic person, if you played the games, you might actually think this is okay. I'd be astounded if it was actually, like, a good movie, but it might actually entertain people who are fans of the series. And I said B tier was for things that weren't my cup of tea, but might still be okay. So you know what? B tier is fine with me. Okay, I know it's live action, but I wanted to talk about it anyway. It's my list, I'm doing whatever I want. Okay, this next one I'm so excited for. Ultraman. You know, Ultraman! Like with Godzilla, the kaiju, come on, Ultraman is cool! Alright, just watch this trailer. Look how cool this is going to be.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, look at him, he's gonna fight the monster, this is gonna be so sick!
Thanks for messing up my game.
Oh, yes, let's go, Ultraman. What is it? What is the biggest challenge going to be?
Ken, she thinks you are her mother.
It's a baby.
Come to, Daddy.
Well, at least the new Godzilla movie's really good. You took this awesome concept, this great animation, you almost made a good trailer, and then you made it about a superhero raising a baby. I have to put you in C tier. I have to put something that I really like in C tier. Look what you're doing to me, movie. Alright, well, we got one more left. It's one that I actually think a lot of you would be interested in seeing, and although we don't have very much about it yet, The Amazing World of Gumball, the movie. Gumball's biggest fan finds the lost episode of the show and accidentally opens a portal that connects his world to Gumball's cartoon world. That description and this image are all we have about this movie. This year for Halloween, I gave Gumball a chance and watched some of the Halloween episodes, then went and watched a few on my own time. You can actually watch our reaction to the Halloween episodes on our channel. Considering how much the show played with different styles of animation, considering how weirdly funny and offbeat it could be, I think this movie might actually have some potential. I'm usually not a fan of spin-off movies like this because they tend to be pretty low quality, but I don't know, I feel like this one being low quality might even make it weirdly better just because of how experimental and bizarre the style already is. And since I haven't actually seen it all the way through, I don't really feel like super in love with it already. I'm not really scared of it being ruined either. I don't know much about where this is going, I don't know where this film's even gonna air. But you know what? I think I will see it. I think I'm going to be so interested I'm gonna have to. I might even need to see more Gumball. Hi everyone, it's me, the editor. You wouldn't believe it, but we do all our own stunts too. So somehow while originally recording this, I forgot to talk about probably one of the movies on here that everyone knew about the most. I should probably talk about Inside Out too.
Our little girl's growing up so fast.
So at this point you might be wondering, do I just hate Disney for no reason? And no, I hate Disney for great reasons. But I don't hate Pixar. At least not yet. No, I thought the first Inside Out was a really cool movie. I love how it's exploring the emotional complexities of a child growing up. I think that it was done really well. The pop culture music in this trailer makes me a little bit nervous that it's not gonna be as good.
Okay, let's clear it all out.
But the concept is just so strong, and the idea that this kid is starting to develop anxiety, which is so relatable and something that could be explored so brilliantly, gives me a lot of hope. I have to throw this in S tier because I'd be shocked if it wasn't good, I think. I feel like it's rare that a Pixar movie isn't worth seeing, at least to be part of the film zeitgeist and know what's going on. Okay, look, Pixar can make good movies. So with that said, this is my final tier list. I moved a few things around and even got rid of the D tier for Garfield. Since I didn't say Boycott, and I am being comedically over the top with Boycott, I figured Garfield deserves to be in C rather than F. But yes, there we have it, and I already did an outro in the original recording, so here's me probably telling you to like and subscribe. And with that, that is my list of 20 animated films that we can look forward to at least keeping an eye on for 2024. What did you think of this list? Are there ones that you would change their placement on the tier list? Are there any that I haven't mentioned that you want to throw in the comments as an honorable mention, whether they're going to be great or terrible? Tell me it all. I'm very interested to find out. And don't forget to do the likies and subscribers and help the channel grow and all those cute little things. This was a lot of fun to put together, a lot of fun to look at all of these, and the 2024 animated series video is going to be coming out soon, so don't miss that, and I'll see you next time. Bye!